Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to look at Jeff Nippard's best science-based minimalist workout.
All right, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be taking you through some minimalistic workouts that'll take you under 45 minutes per session. So this is a 2-day per week routine.
Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, this is going to be a longer video, so it's going to be rich in information. I want to set the table by saying what I'm looking at here is Jeff's workout and comparing it to what I would do, what my general thoughts are. Do I consider it the best? And I'm going to present my ideas, what I consider is the best. And this is something I put together, I don't know, in like an hour. So you guys let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Whenever I do videos like this, I always want to lead with the understanding that I have nothing against Jeff. This is not an attack against Jeff. This is simply one man, Jeff Nippard, framing something as the best science-based minimalist workout, and me presenting my thoughts on that, and me presenting you with an alternative. So it's a win-win. You get Jeff's workout, you get my workout, and I'm going to link a video or link Jeff's video down below, and I'm going to link to this PDF, the information in this video down below as well. All right, so let's dive into things. There are 2 days. This is a 2-day minimalist workout, and this is day one. Jeff is trying to get you in and out of the gym in under 45 minutes. Let's keep that focus in mind because that's a big part of this. You're going to be doing 2 workouts per week, 45 minutes. So the goal is to get you in and get you out. And some of the points where I disagree with Jeff have to do with this right here, getting you in and out of the gym in 45 minutes, and if his methods are the most efficient. So, chest Nippard critique. So, a critique on his chest approach. Generally, I don't start minimal programs with chest. It feels almost like a bro move or pandering. It might not be the best body part to start with. Changing weight also takes time. So you can see Jeff starts here with a dumbbell bench, 1x4 to 6, a heavier, and then you have to change weight. Changing weight is going to take time. So if you're looking at a minimal workout where time is a big issue, it's probably better off to use the same weight for multiple sets. So I present a bench press 5, 10, 20 or a bulldozer dumbbell bench of 2x12. We're using the same weight on bench or on dumbbell bench. Now, starting things with bench, that's just an opinion. It's kind of a bro-ish type of move, right? There's a lot of big exercises you can start your workout with. And when you're going to do a workout, you want to generally start it with the big hitter. Starting it with bench above other big hitters, I don't know, it feels almost, and this is just my opinion, a little pandering in a sense. Now, my chest approach, you have the 5, 10, 20, which is basically you can do a barbell or a dumbbell. The 5, 10, 20 is with a barbell. So a barbell, you do basically minimal warm-up sets, and you can jump right in. So in Jeff's, you might have to do 1 to 2 warm-up sets. Then you jump into the heavier work. With mine, with the 5, 10, 20, you're going to minimize warm-up sets. And basically, you're going to use the same weight for each rep. You're going to do 5 reps, or each set, you're going to do 5 reps, 10 reps, and then 20 reps. The warm-up is almost built right in. You both of these routines, you're going to have to do a lighter warm-up. But with the barbell, you can almost jump right in. I went higher reps on the dumbbell bench, so it's a little bit lighter weight in a relative sense, so you won't have as many warm-up sets. If no quick access to a bench in my program, you can hit a quick 1 to 2 warm-up sets and smash out slightly lower intensity dumbbell volume. The bench bulldozer, you get 3 rest pause sets with about 20 seconds of rest between. Start with a lighter weight that allows you to perform about 12 reps with. Now with the bench bulldozer, you can see I have that as an option as well. If you don't want to do the 5, 10, 20, it's 3 rest pause sets with about 20 seconds of rest between. You start with a weight that allows you to perform about 12 reps. So let's move on to hammies. Jeff has the dumbbell RDL, 2 sets by 8 to 10 reps. And I have glute ham raise on a back extension, 2 by 10 to 12, or leg curls. So the hammies, Nippard critique. RDLs tend to be one of the more taxing lifts you can do from a cardiovascular standpoint. They're going to probably require at least 1 warm-up set, maybe 2, depending on how strong you are. And they're extremely taxing. RDLs are one of the more taxing lifts, so it's generally going to require a little bit more recovery in between sets. That's what I find personally. Now, they can take longer to recover from in between sets. They also require more focused 1 to 2 warm-up sets and more setup time, okay? So it might sound like I'm nitpicking here, but between recovery time and warm-up sets, I don't believe dumbbell RDLs are the best to insert here for hammies. My comments, if you have a back extension station in your gym, you can perform glute ham raises with a back extension. So basically on the back extension, when you come up, you can come up on your knees, get your shoulders over your knees, and you can do some really good, you can do a glute ham raise on a back extension, and it doesn't require a lot of warm-ups. It's not super taxing. This station is rarely used. And again, glute ham raises require a far more moderate warm-up that isn't physically demanding. If you do not have this station, simply do leg curls. We're only hitting hammies with 1 exercise this week because of limited time, and it's a lower priority for time and energy reserves. All right, we have back, vertical pull, Nippard critique.
Next, we're doing a 2-grip lat pull down for 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps using a different grip for each set. So for the first set, we're doing an overhand middle grip to target the mid-back and the lats. And then on the second set, we're doing an underhand close grip to target the biceps a bit more and to hit the lats from a slightly different angle. Then after the second set, to get a little more bicep work, you can strip the weight back and do some overhead curls.
So you can see here, Nippard has a 2-grip lat pull down of 2 by 10 to 12 reps, then overhead curls. So he does lat pull downs, 2 different grips, and then he does an overhead curl. So kind of a superset thing. I have as an alternative pull-ups, a 1-minute block, or lat pull downs, bulldozer style, or seated rows, bulldozer style. So let me get into the details here. Nippard, lat pull downs, while generally easy to set up, really suck on the back exercises ladder of difficulty. They're not, if you're going to do back work, they're not the best back choice. Come on, there's far many better back choices and more impactful back choices. They also tend to cap more easily as far as progression. So lat pull downs, that's a minor point, but lat pull downs can be harder to progress on in general, and you can cap a little bit sooner. Pull-ups would be a better choice if you can do them and only have limited time. I'd rather see you do a row, honestly. Also, with 1 set being biceps focused, this is really a low stress back protocol that really shouldn't waste time on biceps. Basically, what I'm saying here is we're focused on back. Let's focus on back and not just toss and biceps work. Also, don't forget the overhead curls because biceps, right? Jeff has to toss in biceps work. Again, it feels a little bit panderish, like we're throwing in extra focus on biceps work. That's just my opinion. This is kind of awkward to me. It lifts, and it's an awkward movement that doesn't feel natural to many, overhead curls. You're better off supersetting with dumbbell curls. I mean, honestly, if you're going to sit there at a lat pull down station, in my opinion, the overhead curl is a little bit awkward. You're better off doing a supersetting with a set of dumbbell curls. Now, my opinion, my approach, decide if you want to stay in the vertical pull lane, if you want to do a vertical pull, lat pull down, pull up. If you do a 1-minute rest pause block set of pull-ups. So basically in 60 seconds, you're going to do as many reps as you can of pull-ups, resting as needed. This allows you to maximize that 1-minute window of vertical pulls and really get in a lot of good work. You can also do a lat pull down or seated row bulldozer. This is going to be 3 rest pause sets with 10 to 15 seconds of rest between. So you're going to take each set for maximum safe reps. You're going to rest 10 to 15 seconds, do another, rest 10 to 15 seconds, and do another. This is going to allow you to squeeze in a lot of quality work, a greater degree of a greater number of quality reps when it comes to lat pull downs or seated rows if you choose that as an option. All right, so we move on to quads. Jeff Nippard uses a dumbbell step up, 1 set of 8 to 10 reps. It's unilateral, so you're going to have to do 1 on each leg.
Okay, after that, we're moving on to a single working set of 8 to 10 reps per leg on the dumbbell step up. This will be our main quad and glute focused movement for the day. Another thing you may notice is that you need to go heavier than you think. Most people stop well shy of failure on step-ups and lunges, so to get to failure, or at least within 1 rep of failure, you'll probably need heavier weights than you'd normally use.
I have as an alternative a seated dumbbell overhead press and 1 to 2 by 1 to 12 superset with laterals and rest pause. So that's what I kind of moved up the ladder into that slot. But as an alternative to quads, what I put in is a 50 rep lunge or 50 rep leg extension set. So let me get into this a little bit. Here's why I think the dumbbell step up is a bad idea. Dumbbell step ups are an awful choice, in my opinion. First, many of you won't have a decent setup to perform this movement in your gym. If you look at Jeff's video, it's quite a high step up. If you do go heavy, as he advises it, and he really does stress this in his video, you can watch it for yourself, it will be difficult to simply use the back leg as a balancer. You're going heavy on a high step up. This is going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be an awkward lift, and it's going to be harder to balance with that back leg. This is not a lift you can really go inherently heavy on, yet he encourages you to go heavy. You go super heavy on this, as Jeff recommends, but it's a lift you really can't inherently go super heavy on without it feeling unbalanced or awkward or a little bit dangerous. This is a demanding exercise when pushed hard, and it's a weird and awkward choice, in my opinion. I'm a little bit confused here of all the lifts you could do for quads in this program. Number one, are you going to have the space to do it in your gym? Then you have to set it up to get heavy weight. And then you're doing unilaterals with 1 leg on a high step up, and it's going to be very unbalanced and a very awkward movement. Try it for yourself and see if you agree or disagree. Just be safe. So I toss in 50 reps of lunges, rest pause, or 50 reps of leg extensions, rest pause. And my notes are, if you want to keep it simple, do a 50 rep rest pause set of lunges or rear lunges, or 50 reps of leg extensions. For the lunges, we are aiming for 25 reps on each leg, alternating legs, performing lunges until you can't handle the pain, rest for a brief moment, and then continue on. Repeat this effort rest pattern until you reach 50 total reps. If lunges are hard for you to perform, don't rule out leg extensions. You can do 40 to 50 total reps using the rest pause method. So do as many as you can, rest briefly, do as many as you can, and get to 40 or 50 reps. I believe this is a safer, better alternative than a dumbbell step up, especially if you're in a limited time window. You can get in more volume, more quality volume, and more impact using something like this. All right, so we have tricepticons and delts. For triceps, Jeff has overhead cable, tricep extensions, and then a drop set. So he's doing 12 to 15 reps and then a drop set. And I put in tricep extensions, any variation, bulldozer style, which is basically 3 sets, again, rest pause, or skull destroyers, 1 by 30 reps. Skull destroyers are 3 reps of extensions, lying tricep extensions or skull crushers, followed by 2 to 3 reps of close grip bench, and you keep alternating 2s and 3s, 2s and 3s, resting as needed. This is a rest pause exercise until you get to 30 reps. Again, the skull destroyer is a super impactful triceps basher. It'll leave you with a good pump, and it has a good density as far as the reps go. You're getting a lot of good work in that 30 rep period of time. And again, you can also do the bulldozers. So I'm not surprised here that we have fewer direct sets or work for triceps than biceps. Okay, I'm not surprised. This is an okay exercise, but no real major issues. So I have no real major issues with the overhead extension, but I do feel like Jeff is focusing a little bit more on your curls than tricep. A little bro-ish for me, right? So I already talked about my options: tricep extensions done bulldozer style, 3 rest pause sets with about 10 seconds of rest between. Start with a weight that allows you to perform 12 to 15 reps, or skull destroyers, which I talked about earlier. Now, Nippard's delts versus massive delts.
Okay, after that, we've got one set of 12 to 15 reps plus another drop set on the machine lateral raise.
Nippard has a machine raise, 1 to 12 by 15 reps, where he's doing something like this, and then a drop set where you drop in weight, immediately do more reps. Very time efficient. The machine raise, not a lot of you guys are going to have that in the gym. Obviously, you can do a dumbbell alternative. I have seated dumbbell overhead press 1 by 12, superset with laterals and rest pause. So let's dive into that a little bit. If you have limited time each week for delts, I'd kick the intensity up a little bit over machine laterals, okay? We have limited time in the gym, and we're going to use that on machine laterals. Not a big fan, okay? That's more of a really mild isolation exercise that should be done after a press, in my world, in my opinion. The massive delts, here I'm going to dump calves from this day. You can see Nippard has calves at the end. I'm going to dump that for time's sake, okay? Because if we have limited time, calves can ride the bench. Get on the bench, all right? We got limited time, so I'm going to make more time for delts because that's the way I do things, right? So we're going to do a single set of seated dumbbell overheads and then immediately superset with laterals to failure. So we're getting the laterals Jeff has, but we're also getting in a set of dumbbell overheads. Then we're going to rest 10 to 15 seconds and knock out another set of laterals for as many reps as possible. So there you have it. That's day one, what Jeff does, my critique, and what I would do. Now we're going to dive into day two, and I told you guys this is going to be a long video, but I hope you get some good value out of it. And I want to repeat, just sharing my opinion. I'm not going after Jeff here. There are some things I disagree with, but I respect Nippard in general. This is just the way I would do it, massive style. You guys can do whatever the heck you want. You guys know my main philosophy is fuck your program. As long as you're working hard, you're going to get a lot of value out of either of these programs. So day two. So Nippard quads, he starts with hack squats, 1 by 4 to 6 reps, and then another set a little bit lighter, 1 by 8 to 10. I'm doing hacks 2 by 10, leg presses 2 by 15, or squats 1 by 15. So I give you 3 alternatives here to start with: hacks, leg presses, or squats. Do whatever you want. And my reps are a little bit heavier, a little bit more rep volume. So my general notes is I feel that Nippard's second day is somewhat of a hot mess. I do not consider this day to be anywhere near the best, in his words, not mine, use of 45 minutes, nor would I consider it even a decent hypertrophy style workout. Sounds harsh, but that's my opinion. We're doing hack squats, antagonistic back and chest, seated leg curls, easy bar curls, and cable crunch. It's a pretty moderate workout. I mean, look at it. You have leg curls, easy bar curls, and cable crunch, and then a couple sets of light hack squats and antagonistic chest and back. It's not a heavy day. It's not a very impactful day, in my opinion. And I don't think this is the best. I think it's not even a decent workout. So, quads. I'm not a big fan of low rep hack squats. Just my opinion. Not a big fan. Would rather see you get in 2 hard sets of volume pushed deep. So I have 2 by 10. Typically, if you're going to go super intense, heavy on a lift like hack squats, it's probably going to involve at least 1 more primary warm-up set. So keep that in mind. If you're going to start heavier on hack squats, it's probably going to require you to do another warm-up set than what I'm advocating, 2x10, because you're really stepping up the ladder. This will vary individual to individual, obviously, but there's a chance it might take you longer to warm up on this than my protocol. So massive quads. It may be best here to hit quads last. So what I'm saying here is you could maybe move quads to last in this so you're not as taxed. Giving yourself one big kick in the pants before you leave the gym. I present a few options. A 15 rep squat set won't require an excessive number of warm-up sets. And again, we're focused on time and gym here. I would probably do this last if you do the 15 rep squat. Leg presses, you could perform bulldozer style. This will be a butt kicker. And again, probably best to do it last if you do it rest pause style. Bulldozer style is 3 rest pause sets with 10 to 15 seconds of rest between sets. Start with a weight that allows you to perform about 12 to 15 reps with. All right, let's move on. You have Nippard's chest and delts. So, or chest and back. Are there delts here? Yeah, I forgot what he had done, but looking at it, he has a high incline. So basically what he's trying to do is combine chest and delts with the high incline press. And I don't know, that's definitely not the way I would do it. So he does an antagonistic superset and where he starts with chest delts, high incline Smith, and then he does a T-bar row.
Okay, after that, we're doing an antagonistic superset for the chest and back. In this case, we're doing 2 sets of a high incline Smith machine press to target the pecs, shoulders, and triceps, and then we're supersetting that with a T-bar row to hit the mid-traps, lats, rear delts, and to some extent, the biceps.
Supersetting a Smith machine and a T-bar row in a commercial gym, I don't know. Number one, you're hogging 2 pieces of equipment. Number 2, I really don't consider this to be time effective or efficient. And combining chest and delts or trying to combine them in one exercise basically means this entire workout, all you have for delts all week is a couple, light laterals, and it's a little bit more chest focused. So my opinion, this isn't going to work in most gyms for a number of reasons. Good luck having both pieces of equipment open and or having them close to each other, even if they are open. No idea why this is in the workout. I don't. It's just confusing to me. It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. Also, the high incline is as much delts as it is chest, and the T-bar row is a chest-supported row. So it's not the best choices, in my opinion. So for the massive way of doing things, my massive 2-day, I'm going to break up chest, delts, and back. So let's dive into what I do. So this is all a rebuttal to what he has for his antagonistic superset. For chest, we have dips or pec deck in a superset with push-ups. So you're going to do dips or pec deck, whichever you prefer, whichever is easiest for you. And by easiest, we're not trying to take the easiest route, but some people can't do dips very well. You're going to do a set of 12, and then you're going to immediately drop to the floor and do a controlled set of 12 push-ups. Then you're going to rest normally. Then you're going to go back and do another set of dips and or pec deck for 12 reps and do another set of push-ups. So I noted here, make sure to control the push-ups and get a good feel. It's much easier to drop to the floor in a crowded gym than to hunt down another piece of equipment, obviously. Massive back, okay? Jeff has 2 sets on this day for back. So you have T-bar, chest-supported T-bar rows. And I have chest-supported row, bulldozer, T-bar, or dumbbell row, 1x20 each arm. Normally, I would advise a few sets of dumbbell rows, but because time is limited, I presented a few options. You can do T-bars or chest-supported rows using the bulldozer method, which is a single brutal set of dumbbell rows for 20 reps. The chest-supported bulldozer or the T-bar bulldozer, you can do 3 rest pause sets with about 10 to 15 seconds of rest between sets. Start with a weight that allows you to perform about 12 reps. So I feel whether you do the rest pause work or you do the big hitting set of dumbbell rows, this is a much better option, more impactful than a couple sets of T-bar rows. That's what I would do. Massive delts. Again, Jeff clumps delts and chest together. What I do is push you over to a machine shoulder press, bulldozer style, where you're doing 3 sets of rest pause with 10 to 15 seconds of rest between, or a military or push press of 2x10. Whichever is easiest, whichever makes more sense, whichever fits into your time better. So it's unlikely that, here's some notes that I put down. It's unlikely that your machine shoulder press will be taken. I mean, whenever I go to the gym, the machine shoulder press is never taken. There aren't people fighting over it. So I believe it to be a solid choice. Now, perform this bulldozer style rest pause. I got into how you do that. We know that by now. 3 sets, rest pause sets, push for max safe reps with 10 to 15 seconds of rest between. And you can also do a military or push press 2x10. It's your option, whatever you feel you'd like to do, but that's far more impactful whether you do a machine shoulder press or a military press. If you look at the week overall, we have a dumbbell or machine or a barbell overhead press and laterals squeezed into 2 workouts. All right, moving on. We have Nippard's hammies and massive hammies. So Nippard has seated leg curls 1x10 and a drop set. Nothing really wrong here. Seated leg curls are okay. My notes: 1 exercise per week for hammies is plenty. So we had 1 in day 1. If we are truly, trapped and can only train 2 days per week, if you don't really need another exercise for hammies, in my opinion. Look, we got 2 days to work out. We got 45 minutes. We've done enough hammies work. Let's save that time for something else. Biceps. Again, Nippard works in biceps and not extra triceps work here. Come on. I mean, you gotta find a way to work in triceps here. This is like a little bit panderish again, a little bit pandering, right? Working in biceps work instead of triceps work. No, I have no issue with easy bar curls. Jeff's program does focus on biceps a bit too much. I put in easy bar 21s, 1 to 2 sets of 21s. If you don't know what 21 curls are, search the YouTubes, or optional dumbbell curls 1x12. These 21s are intense. So if you have limited time, you can do a really intense set, 1 to 2 sets, and you're going to get more out of these, in my opinion, than just doing straight easy bar curls. 2 sets of biceps per week is plenty. So if only training twice per week, and when combined with the other back work, you can also choose to perform just 1 set of 21s, followed by maybe just dumbbell curls for 12 reps, or a second set if you want to change it up and do a set of easy bar 21s and a set of dumbbell curls, or just one of each. It doesn't really matter. We don't need to overwork biceps. Now, Jeff has your cable crunches.
All right, and to finish off the workout, we're doing 1 set of cable crunches for 12 to 15 reps, plus a double drop set.
I have no issue with this, but I generally wouldn't prioritize ab work on a minimalist program. I wouldn't, unless you have the available time. Use this time for other lifts higher on the food chain. That's my opinion. We're working in stuff here. Do we really need to work this in if we have limited time? You have to make some hard cuts and hard decisions. And if I have 2 workouts a week and 45 minutes to do them, I'm probably not going to do ab work. So I put in not inserting abs. If you have time, let it rip. And miscellaneous notes here. Jeff's program looks a little weak on this day. I have included an optional 6 exercise on day 2. You can see shrug 5+5s or tricep press downs. This would be a 50 rep rest pause. You can do a 40 rep rest pause if you want. I included that as an optional. So you can get in extra triceps work. You can get in extra traps work if you want. You can perform either the shrug 5x5 protocol or 50 rep rest pause of assisted triceps pushdowns or cable tricep extensions. The tricep pushdown machine, you could do those. Those are a great choice. Shrugs are a 1 to 2 minute protocol that involve a mix of 3 to 5 reps. So you do 3 to 5 shrug reps and then you hold at full extension for 3 to 5 seconds, and then you can continue for 3 to 5 more reps of shrugs and rest until you hit 60, 90, or 120 total seconds. Now, the PDF, again, the PDF to Jeff's video is linked down below, and you're going to get a link to this PDF as well. I have some final thoughts. This is the last page, and then I'm going to let you guys go. This is a long-ass video. But if we look at the cumulative work, Nippard versus the massive program, per body part, you're going to see, okay, in some ways it looks like my program's harder or longer or more volume. But if you look at it, there's 23 total sets on both days, okay, on both programs. I give you 2 optional, and I know the optional. So my program is going to be a little bit harder. It's going to be the same number of sets, but in some ways, because we're doing rest pause work and because we're removing things like the chest supported row and the high Smith superset, we're kind of streamlining time a little bit. And that was my goal, to give you equal sets to make it harder, but to streamline the time a little bit. So for chest, Jeff has 4-ish, if you include the high incline, 4 sets. And this includes rest, pause, and drops. And mine is 5. For delts, Jeff has about 1.5, right? I include the high incline as a half delt set. I have 4, and mine are harder sets. Jeff has 3.5 on back, and I have 4 for back, and my back is a little bit more impactful. Jeff has 3 for quads. I have 4 for quads. Jeff has 3 for bicepticons. I have 2. Jeff has 1.5 basically for triceps. I have 3, 1 optional. He has 2 abs, 2 calves. I have 0 abs, 0 calves. He has 0 traps, and I have 1 optional. So you can see bolded, I have more work for the big hitters, chest, delts, back, and quads. I made sure to get you 4 sets for each. I dropped the hammy work a little bit. I dropped the bicep work a little bit and put some of that focus on triceps. And I cut out abs and calves. So there you have it, guys. A long video, but I hope that helps some. You have Jeff's workout, and you have my alternative. Jeff calls his the best science-based minimal workout. I'm not going to label mine anything other than how I would do it, the massive iron way. So, guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.